Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today I want to kind of go through Call of Duty Modern Warfare, talking about all the constructive criticism I still have, even after the couple updates that we've had over the past few weeks. I still have more things that I want to be fixed within this game, and I thought I might as well make a video talking about it, mentioning it, letting you guys know what I think needs fixing, what I think needs changing, and all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys will enjoy, and let me know what you think in the comment section below about what you think needs to be fixed in this game or changed, whatever it may be. And I'm going to go through. I have a pretty decent list here. At this point in time, I enjoy the game. It's not like I don't enjoy it. I enjoy it for the most part. It's not as good as I was hoping. That's kind of what I'm getting at. And these problems, if they're fixed, could really make this game better. Some of these things could definitely be changed. Some of them probably won't. But, hopefully Infinity Ward's listening out there. First things first is something that, if it's in there, I want it to be changed. If it's in there, we don't know. And that is skill-based matchmaking. I think this is the biggest thing that's being talked about in the community right now. It was map design like a few weeks ago. Now people are moving on to the next topic, which is skill-based matchmaking. Now, we have no way to prove that it's in there. We don't. People saying, oh, I suck at this game, but I'm better at every other COD. That proves skill-based matchmaking is in it. Or, oh, I'm playing against all 100 levels, level 150s and stuff like that, but everyone else who's lower than me is playing against like level 20s. Wow, that must be skill-based matchmaking. There's no way to really prove it. It could be coincidental. It could be. Does it feel like it's in there? Kind of. I mean, I agree. I'm much better at other CODs than I am at this game. This game, I'm not doing that great as I did in most CODs, and I feel like that's kind of true for most YouTubers right now. Prestigious Key was mentioning he's not that great in this game. Nero Cinema, a couple other YouTubers, they're not nearly as good in this COD as they are compared to Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, the old games like Modern Warfare 2. They're not nearly as good in this one. Does that have to do with skill-based matchmaking? I don't know. Infinity Ward has yet to say anything about it, and that makes me think it is in there, because if it wasn't in there, they would have said something. They would have said, no, skill-based matchmaking is not in this game. But they have not even peeped about it. They have not mentioned it. So the only person who's actually mentioned it is David Vonderhaar. He's not part of Infinity Ward. He was making a joke about it, but he said that it wasn't in there. But does he really know? We don't know if he knows. Chances are he probably doesn't know. But if they're not mentioning it, that makes me think it's in there. And I don't understand what the reasoning to put it in there would be, other than to get the shitty players to enjoy the game more, so they're not getting shit on and pub stomped. But that's not fun for the hardcore players. We don't want to be playing against tryhards the whole time, you know what I mean? It's just not, I don't like it. Hopefully, if it's in there, they remove it. If it's not in there, then we're just complaining about nothing, I guess. So I don't want to mention or talk about it for too long, because for all we know, it could not even be an issue. It's just something we're all making up in our own minds. Like, skill-based matchmaking in Advanced Warfare was something that was like, we knew it was there because they said it was there. But we don't know that. I think every game probably has a little bit of it, but usually it's 90% just based on connection. This game just feels like it's more based on skill, but at the same time, I don't think there's a way to prove it right now. There really isn't. People are trying to do it, though. They're trying to figure out how we can prove it and all that good stuff. So, next complaints. I want our deaths to be shown on the scoreboard. I really dislike the fact that in every mode, you can't see your deaths. You only see your kills and your objective thingies. So if it's team deathmatch, it shows your assists. If it's domination, it shows your captures. Why can't we just show everything? Show kills, show deaths, show the objective, show everything. Why do you have to hide the deaths? And I know why they do it. It's because of the fact that they don't want players to feel bad for dying a lot. They want players to play the objective. Well, at least let us see our own deaths then, or at least let us have the choice to see our own deaths, because it's so annoying when you get into a game and you have no idea how you're doing. You have 20 kills, but for all you know, you could have 25 deaths. But if you have only 2 deaths, you're doing much better. I mean, obviously, you're not going to, if you get 25 deaths, you know you're going to have a decent amount of deaths. But you get what I mean. You don't know exactly how you're doing. Now, I understand maybe for objective modes, I can kind of understand it, but in team deathmatch, deaths are important. They're important to know, because that means you're allowing the other teams to get points via deaths. I personally think they just do how they did in the past. Show deaths for every single mode, no matter what mode it is. I think that would be much better. I'm not enjoying the fact that I can't see my deaths. It kind of bothers me a lot. Next up, let us cycle streaks in one life. I hate when you get all your streaks and you're staying alive after you've gotten your streaks. You can't earn more. It should be like every COD since, like, I don't even know, that it's been for a while, where you can cycle streaks. You can get them again in one life, and you can keep going and going and going and going until you die. That's more enjoyable than just getting them and being done with it. Like, I understand they're trying to go for that classic COD feel. That's how it was back in the day. But those are things that should be left in the past. There's some stuff they need to realize. Infinity Ward thinks that just because the older CODs are loved more than newer ones means we should just throw away all the new things and just go back to how it was in the classic. No, there are some things in the newer CODs that are much better than the older ones, and they should keep them. For example, this is my opinion, not everyone agrees, pick 10 or some sort of a class system like that, score streaks, stuff like that is stuff that needs to stay. We can't just be getting rid of it just for the sake of it staying classic and true to the old CODs. I don't see the point of that. And yes, okay, I guess you could make the argument for some things are better to go back to how it was in the classic good old days, but something like streak cycling is something that it should be there. I don't know who wants to not get more streaks in one life, but whatever. Next up, just some missing features that I hope to get in the future. I don't know if we will get these features, but I really would like them. Weapon inspecting is a must. Like, I really, really hope they add that. A shooting range would be nice as well. They have, I'm sure, shooting range like locations that they could just somehow add into the menu, so we could just hop in a shooting range, use our weapons just like Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered, and World War II. That would be really nice. An emblem editor, paint shop, stuff like that I would like. Kill streaks, I think, need a buff. I think some of them are a little underpowered. Specifically the gunship, it takes too long to reload the bullets. It's sometimes you get like 3 kills in it because it's half the time you're reloading the damn thing. But some of the streaks are really good. Like the VTOL jet is really good, but there's some that, like I said, are just not very good, and they need a buff in my opinion because they're not really worth getting half the time. Cleaner game mode playlists. So like on the menu screen, the playlists are all over the place. You have the ones that are like featured. They just keep adding a bunch there, and then they have the filter. Like, just put it how it was in the classic COD. I mean, I like the filter feature to an extent, but make it cleaner. It's all over the place, and you might not even know hardcore's there. You have to press X on the filter screen to get hardcore. I know people who still don't think hardcore's even in the game just because of how unclean the playlists are. They need to make them neater, put them in categories, put like the party modes, which they don't really have any yet, but party modes, then put featured, then put the classic modes, and put hardcore, just like they did back in the day. Just make it easier for us, and if you want to have the filter option, do that too. But just make it easier, man. It's everywhere. It's just weird. I don't know. 7.25 shotgun still needs a nerf, still 100%. Ground war tanks need a nerf, definitely 100%. This is something that's controversial. I'm going to mention it anyways, but people are probably going to not like it. I still think score streaks should be the default instead of kill streaks, and then kill streaks should be a perk. But I'm okay with a few other options. So kill streaks being just for non-objective modes, and then score streaks being for objective modes by default. And then you can remove the point man perk and replace it with maybe a dead silence perk. That would be nice. Or you can make it so you can just switch it on and off, just like specialists. You can switch specialists on and off. Why not let us switch score streaks or go to kill streaks rather than me being forced to use a damn perk to use score streaks? Just give me the option to switch between them whenever I please. You know what I mean? That would be much more sufficient, and I feel like it would make a lot more people happy. Personally, me a lot more happy with the system, because score streaks encourage you to play the objective. I would much rather have that than just being forced to camp for streaks. That's not fun in my opinion. That would be nice. Or that's honestly the only things I would change, because I don't like how it is now, how you need to use a perk to score streaks, because that means people aren't going to use score streaks that much because they need to be forced to use a perk when there's much better perks in that category, and therefore they're not going to be playing the objective as much. So that would be nice in my opinion. Of course, like I said, add a dead silence perk to perk 2. That would be great as well. And last but not least, I think the maps still need tweaking. This is something that they can do. They've done it before. They did it with Aachen in World War II. They changed around some areas in the map. Maps like Piccadilly, Euphrates Bridge, they need updating and patching and they need to do something. They need to just add some locations, take away some locations, just make it so it flows better, because I'm getting sick and tired of playing those shitty ass maps. Like Piccadilly, one of the worst maps in COD history, in my opinion, and I literally keep getting the damn map. I keep getting it in the rotation. Why is it showing up so damn often? They want us to play the shitty maps or something. That's what it feels like, because I don't want to play Piccadilly. It's such a bad map. Neither do I want to play Euphrates Bridge. They are not good. They are not fun. Please do something about that, Infinity Ward. Please. Adding more maps does not fix the problem. The map still exists in the game. You can go in, you can update these maps. They did that with the B flag in Domination. They moved it to a better position, which is good, but it doesn't fix the whole issue. The map still doesn't play well. Fixing how it works in one mode isn't going to fix how it is in every mode. So regardless, even though they didn't really fix how it was in Domination, they just changed the B flag. It didn't really change all that much. It didn't change the spawns, which that's another thing. Spawning needs to be fixed in this game. It's still pretty rough. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your constructive criticism in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.